So my name is Francine Blake. I come originally from Canada. I spent many years living in England. I moved to England when I was a student to finish my studies. And I settled there in London. And in 1989, I discovered this phenomenon of crop circle, which was an article written in the papers. And it made a very strong impression on me. I was completely staggered that such a thing could happen. And I started to travel to Wiltshire, which is about 2 hours, and to go and have a look at these designs that appear. But it was a bit difficult because in 1989 there was no internet, and the information would take a long time to come. And very often I would go there and the design had been cut. So in 1991, I joined an association that had just been started called the Center for Crop Circle Studies. And I had more direct news, but I missed two very, very important designs, and that made me decide to sell the house in England, in London, and move to Wiltshire to be close to the formation. So I've been living in Wiltshire now since 1992. And I sometimes can walk to see a design, whereas before I had to drive 2 or 3 hours. Now I can walk to it. And I've lived with that very intimately. I've missed very few. I visited most of them. And I have received a lot of teaching from these designs, which I'm always very happy to share with everyone. And that is the reason why I'm here in Figueira, was to give a lecture, to concentrate on writing my experiences. I spent a few weeks here, and it's been very good. So the aim is always to make people familiar with a phenomenon that is going to be seen in the future as perhaps one of the most significant that's happened on the planet in living memories. I think that perhaps in the very distant past, certainly in some ancient writing like the Vedas, for example, in India, that records a time when there were signs on the planet, which gave them a teaching to apply to the way of living. And I believe this is what this is. It is a teaching that's coming to give us the knowledge necessary for the time that is coming, for the new cycle that is about to arrive. And therefore I consider that to be of the highest importance, and I'm always very happy to travel everywhere I'm asked to go and tell people. I consider this to be of the utmost importance. That is the reason that I give these presentations, to show people what it is, so they're familiar, they understand, and that these signs are not just any old signs. They carry a profound teaching, which humanity needs at the moment. So I'm very, very pleased that we are able to do a resume of the lectures I've given here for your information, and so that you're familiar a little bit with this phenomenon. It will give you some indication of the magnitude of this event, and a little bit about the information on what they mean. So this DVD is done as an introduction to the subject, so that you realize that something momentous is happening, and you're having a little bit of an idea of what is going on at the moment with the crop circles.